All right, Shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites from the Indianapolis camp of the Great Millstone, and we're here to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Akakwadash.
Double honor to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to them and our fellow Akim who labor in this truth week in and week out on the highways and byways. Also salutations to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes of Israel scattered to the four corners of the earth that be like unto the speckled bird, and they are as follows. The tribe of Judah, the so-called Negroes. The tribe of Benjamin, the so-called West Indians. The tribe of Levi, the so-called Haitians. The tribe of Simeon, the so-called Dominicans. The tribe of Zebulun, the so-called Guatemalans, the Panamanians. The tribe of Ephraim, the so-called Puerto Ricans. The tribe of Manasseh, the so-called Cubans. The tribe of Gad, the so-called North American Indians. The tribe of Reuben, the so-called Seminole Indians. The tribe of Naphtali, the so-called Argentinians to Chileans. The tribe of Asher, the so-called Colombians to Uruguayans. And the tribe of Issachar, the so-called Mexicans. To you, we say Shalom.
Shalom.
Just going to get right into it.
All right, this is the book of Hebrews, chapter 3, verse 7. 13, chapter 13, verse 7. 17. Obey them that have the rule over you.
Who are those that have rule over you? The camp leaders, officers in the camp, starting with the apostles and the elders, on down to your camp leaders and those brothers who are over you. Those brothers have rule over you, and mainly the camp leader. All right, because he's watching out for everybody in the camp. All right, so you ought to obey him, man. All right, and don't look at it as if you a sucker or some weak thing to be obedient. All right, go ahead.
And submit yourselves, for they which...
And submit yourself. Take your pride out of it. Take you being the man out of it. Take everything up out of it. All right, submit yourselves unto those brothers, man. You got that word for me?
Yep, submit. To yield to governance or authority.
Yeah, to have respect for that authority. Submit yourself under his authority. What he says goes, man. All right? As long, if it line up... Oh, no. If it line up with the scripture, you're supposed to be obeying it. All right? If it's righteous, you're supposed to be obeying it. All right? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. To subject to a condition, treatment, or operation.
Right. Subject. All right? Put yourself in order.
Subject.
All right, go ahead.
It says, we go back here. Yep. It says, for they watch for your souls, as they that must give account.
Right, so they're watching over your soul. So it's a scary thing, all right, for them to be over you, because they're watching over your soul, all right? They're telling you that's off. That's not right. That's not right. Hey, bro, you need to change that. Those are things you need to obey when it comes to your rule. They're going to have to give an account for you, man. All right? Go ahead.
That they may do it with joy and not with grief.
Right, and don't make it a grievous thing. All right? That's why you should be obeying, because, hey, your camp leader should not have to say things, and brothers over you should not have to tell you something 20 different times. All right, you're making it now you're making it a grievous thing for this brother. It's like, shit, how many times I gotta tell this brother? When are he gonna get this right? When are you gonna change this? And I'm tired of it. All right, you don't want to make it to that point with your camp leader and brothers who have rule over you. Go ahead.
For that is unprofitable for you.
Right, so it's no good for you to be doing things like that. All right, get that together, man. Obey those to have rule over you. All right, in doctrine and everything. All right. Jake want to go off and do their own thing, man, instead of just obeying the correct doctrine that already came out. Or certain orders that already came down. All right? You should not say the same order 50 times. Go ahead. What you gonna
say? Ephesians chapter 6, start at verse 5. Servants, be obedient to them that are your masters.
Right, so there to go again to being obedient. All right, listening. All right, that's one of the most beautiful things you can do in this truth is listen to those who got rule over you, man, and do what they say. All right, go ahead.
That are your masters according to the flesh, with fear and trembling.
With fear and trembling, so you're supposed to do it expediently because you be nervous of what the Lord's going to do if you're not listening to them. The Lord will jack you up for not listening to your camp leader, man. All right, go ahead.
It says, in singleness of your heart, as unto Hamashiach.
Right. So singleness of your mind is unto the Lord, man. You want to be listening to them, man. When a brother corrects you or even judgment come down, that's coming from the Lord, man. All right, so you supposed to be thinking about that in your head. Hey, man, this is the spirit of the Lord. This on this brother that's correcting me. It's on this brother that's guiding me. On this brother that's telling me which way I need to go and how I need to move and things of that sort, man.
Verse 6. Not with eye service as men pleasers.
Right, not being eye service, not doing what he said when other people are around, not doing what he said because you want to be impress other people. The hell with those other people. You doing what he said because Yahweh Shabbat Shah put him over you, man. He's your leader. Respect him as your leader. Alright?
But as the service of Hamashiach, doing the will of Yahweh from the heart.
Right, as the servant of Mashiach, doing the will of Yahweh Shabbat Shah from the heart, from your mind, man. Alright? Doing what the Lord wants you to do in your head. Not to show everybody else what you can do, man. The Lord, we're trying to please Yahweh Shabbat Shah, man. We're not trying to please men. The hell what people think. Alright?
Say, with good well-doing service as to the Lord and not to men, knowing that whatsoever good thing any man doeth, the same shall he receive of the Lord, whether he be bond or free.
Right, so you're saying good things you do, you're going to receive good things from the Lord, man. Alright? And that's what you're doing. Like I said, that's what you're doing it for. Now look at this if you're doing it for me. You're doing this for Yahweh Shabbat Shah. You're doing this to do this well pleasing unto him. Alright?
And just to add on to that, is because what? Yahweh Shah set up these men, all right? Those are his men that he put up over you, man.
Right.
So when you honor them, you also honor Yahweh Shah as well, man, because he put those people in front of you.
Alright.
Last verse. Verse 9. And ye masters, do the same things unto them, forbearing threatening, knowing that your master also is in heaven, he is the respect of persons with him. Yeah, so likewise, you obeying, your masters over you, same way as we have to obey our master which is in heaven. So we're not going to be tyrants and be unruly unto you. We're not going to give you orders or commandments that, or whoever your heads may be, they're not going to give you an order order that's like tyrannical, that's all for wicked or anything like that. No. So likewise, we show that you show that same respect unto them. We got to show the same respect unto you, whoever those are in the power of authority. Because like I said, our master also is in heaven. So ultimately, we all are being obedient to Yahweh Shabbat Shah. It's just here on earth, just like it is in heaven, there's an order of things.
Right.
So just like there's order in heaven, the same thing will be on earth. Just like we said, as in earth, as it is in heaven.
Right.
So, of course, you got to obey your masters and what they tell you to do. But likewise, those masters got to be, like I said, be respectful and not be tyrants. Also knowing that they will receive a judgment as well if they're doing things the wrong way.
Right.
Being a tyrant unto you, whether it be of ill will, whatever the case may be. This is not supposed to be personal. This is supposed to be about the order of Yahweh Shabbat Shah.
Right, because just add on to that. See, now the reverse spectrum. Also, the young men that are coming up under the leaders too as well. What? They're Yahweh Shabbat Shah. So it said what? Offend not one of my little ones, man. So don't be on a personal vendetta, man. Do it all through Yahweh Shabbat Shah, through the Spirit, man. So,
This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 5 and verse 5. Likewise, you youngers, submit yourselves unto the elder.
Alright, so you're supposed to be submitting yourselves unto the elder, man. You're supposed to submit. Okay. Contract. So you're supposed to submit yourself unto the elder. The word submit, this brother brought out a little while ago, was yield. You got some more sitting there?
Bow, yield, surrender.
Surrender, man. Surrender yourself, man. All right, take yourself out of it when you're dealing with the elders and leaders in the camp, man. Take that I'm the man spirit or that prideful spirit out of it when you're dealing with the elders in the camp. Humble yourself, man. All right, because one day, the Lord might have you in that position to be an elder, man. All right, the scripture say you're gonna reap what you sow. So you gonna give your elder a hard time, then you gonna end up with a knucklehead, man. Don't be the knucklehead in the camp. All right.
Really, you want to be another, you probably won't make it to that next level.
Right.
Get up out of here.
Right. Good. Bring it up.
This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 5 and verse 1. Rebuke not an elder.
So you ain't supposed to be going back and forth with the elder or telling the elder. You're not supposed to come up against the elder. All right, go ahead.
But entreat him as a
We're
father.
supposed to treat him as a father. All right. And if Jake came up right, or Jake, learned things, man. So some brothers didn't grow with their fathers, man. But if you grow with your father, you have respect and reverence for your father. All right. You're supposed to have that same respect and reverence for your camp leaders, your elders in the camp, man. And treat them as a father. Treat them with respect and honor, man. What?
And the younger men as brethren.
Right, the younger man is brother. So the Lord telling us ways we're supposed to treat each other. You treat the elder as a father, you treat the younger man as a brother. All right?
And what do y'all rushing that shot commands? What? Honor thy father.
Mhm.
All right, these are our spiritual fathers here, man, that help lead us in the right path.
That's right. So when you honor your father, you're gonna follow his lead. You're gonna follow his way. All right? Because the first person is somebody, the first hero in most young men's lives are their fathers. All right? So when the apostles say that this is the correct doctrine, that's what we're supposed to be following. When the apostles say the order came down, we're not doing this. That's what we're supposed to be following. Not having a second guess about it. Sorry. All right?
Yes. This is back in the 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 5 at the top. Likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves unto the elder. Yea, all you be subject one to another, and be clothed with humility. For the Most High resisteth the proud, and giveth grace to the humble.
Right, so the Lord don't want you all proudful and boasted up. All right? Because this knowledge will, knowledge will make some people prideful, man. All right? But you're supposed to humble yourself down.
This is the book of 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 5. Likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves unto the elders. Yea, all you be subject one to another, and be clothed with humility.
Right, clothed with humility, subject one to another. All right? It means being loving one another. You know what I'm saying? Humbling one another. Being subject goes back to that word, what was that first word we read?
What subject?
Yeah, submit. Yeah.
God.
You're supposed to be subject one unto another, man. Go ahead.
For the Most High resisteth the proud, and giveth grace to the humble.
Like, we all prideful over brothers, man. All right? Resist that, man. Be humble unto brothers, man. Let a brother be humble unto you. You don't want to be the proud brother in the camp. Everybody don't even want to deal with you. Jake puffed up. I ain't dealing with him. Jake got a demon on him. All right? Nobody want to deal with that prideful demon. All right. Man. All right, brothers want to deal with humble brothers, man, and show love every time. You know? Yeah, we dealing with enough pride in the world. We shouldn't have to deal with it with brothers. Sorry. Good.
This is Proverbs 15 and 32. He that refuseth instruction despiseth his own soul.
Right, so when a brother corrects you and you don't want to receive it, you despise your own soul, man. Like I said, man, excuse my language, it's a damn shame that the elders in the camps, all right, and the leaders got to keep saying stuff 20 different times. All right, that's a part of despising your own soul. You're going off with that. All right, and we all been guilty of it, but it's time to correct it. You know, everybody didn't listen the first time around. Some brothers didn't listen the first time around, but now that you have to be humbled down and listen, man. Especially in these trying times. The elder might say, "Hey, meet me over here in 38th on the left side head of the street." And you went to the right hand side, now it's a shootout over there.
Right. That's right.
Following instruction is important, man. Good.
And he that heareth reproof get understanding.
Right. He that heareth that reproof, you have the correction, you get understanding. It's like sometimes you might be doing things you don't even know that you're going on. All right? And you can't see it, you know? But you getting that reproof, give you that correction. The correction of what? Yahweh Shai Shai. Because once again, these elders and these leaders have watch over our souls, man. All right? They are the vessels of Yahweh Shai Shai. So that correction that they're giving us is coming from the Lord. That's right. You know?
This Proverbs. This is Proverbs 8 and 33. Hear instruction and be wise, and refuse it not.
Right, so you're not supposed to refuse that instruction, man. And that goes a big part of too. Take your emotions out of the game, man. You know, take your emotions out of it. But take that soft, I don't want nobody to tell you nothing spirit and get it up out of here, man. All right, read the last part again of that scripture.
I just read the whole thing again. This is Proverbs 8 and 33. Hear instruction and be wise, and refuse it not.
You're not supposed to be refusing that instruction. All right, and yeah, sometimes Satan creep in. You know, like let's be real. Oh man, damn, Jake always on you, Jake. Shit. You know, you got that spirit that jump on you, man. But you're supposed to resist that shit.
That's right.
All right, you're supposed to immediately cast Satan off of you with that, man. All right, if a brother giving you correction, you're not supposed to resist that correction. If it line up with the scriptures, how are you getting mad and resisting it anyway? All right, that's the first question you should be asking yourself. All right, but you got to resist that. Hey, leave me alone, Satan. And that brother Kevin, that brother want me to make it, man. You know, the scripture say resist the devil and he shall flee, man. All right, so when that correction comes down, don't be letting Satan fester little shit in your mind, man. Take that correction, correct it, and learn from it, and try not to fumble again. You know.
So what did it say? What, a just man falls 7 times, but get back up. Man.
Right.
So we're not always going to be 100% on the ball, but that's why we have the brothers, man, to help pick us up when we're falling short. All right, because that's real love right there. You know, when your brother tell you, hey, bro, you should probably try to do this, you know, blah blah blah. All right, that's love right there. You know what I'm saying?
In the book of Proverbs, chapter 27 and verse 5, open rebuke is better than secret love.
Oh yeah, that's right.
This is Proverbs chapter 27 and verse 5. Open rebuke is better than secret love.
That's right. So when a brother coming to you telling, hey, you're going off here, going off there, hey, that's the love, man. All right? That's the love, man. All right? It's better than what? So somebody that said what? All right? So when the brother's being out straight up front, man, that's real love right there. And you got to honor that. Okay, this is 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 22. And Samuel said, hath the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord? Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams. All right? So what? It's better to just be obedient and do what you're supposed to do the first time. All right? So you won't have to try to repent and give that spiritual sacrifice now. All right? Verse 23. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. All right, well, we already know that it's something not a wish to live, right? So you got to be put to death for that, right? And stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. All right, see, that's some major offenses. Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, he hath also rejected thee from being king. Right? So when you don't hearken unto what the words of the Lord and what his men as well, all right. Well, he's not going to allow you to get that crown in the very end of this, all right? Because that's what we're all here fighting for, what? That ultimate salvation, those crowns in the head, man, and on to the kingdom, man.
This is the book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 22, and it reads, servants, obey in all things your masters according to the flesh, not with eye service as men pleasers, but in singleness of heart. Fear Yahweh.
Right, so you're not supposed to be obeying. Lord, let it come back out again, man. You know, it's beautiful. All right, because like a lot of people do want to be eye pleasers, man. A lot of people want to be seen, and they do things to be seen, man, to please men. To be want to be seen in the sight of men. All right, we're supposed to be doing things to not be pleased in the sight of men, but pleasing Yahweh Shem. When it all come down to it, that's our job. All right. Don't care if you're going to be seen. Don't care if you're going to be the man. Don't care if you're going to be the leader. Care that you there. You know what I'm saying? The Lord got me here. All right?
Yep, I have something. Master. People hear that word, and this is what it means. It says a male teacher. A person holding an academic degree higher than a bachelor's or lower than a doctor's. So pretty much it's talking about this level of teaching that we're getting from our teachers who would be our masters in this. that high level of teaching is higher than any degree that you can find upon this earth. So, you know, when he's talking about masters, he's talking about teachers that have high level of degree in this truth, that will be able to guide you.
This is verse 23. And whatsoever you do, do it heartily as to the Lord and not unto men.
Right, so do it towards the Lord, man. Not unto men. Again. All right? I'm not here to please men. All right? I'm here to please the Lord. So do it heartily. All right? Do with everything you got until that is pleasing to the Lord. All right?
Verse 24. Knowing that of the Lord, ye shall receive the reward of the inheritance, for ye serve Yahweh Shai HaMashiach.
Right, so we go to please the Lord so we can see that inheritance, the kingdom, man. All right? And that's what we're doing. That's what we're fighting for the kingdom. All right? That's what we want to look good for is for the Lord, that we may make it. All right? The Lord tells us, my well and faithful servant. You know? Sorry. We fight for that kingdom living, man. Not this living. We ain't fighting for looking good on this side. We fighting to be exalted in the kingdom. Sorry. You know, as the man who pushed through and made it through. Right?
It's the book of 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 1. Let as many servants as are under the yoke count their own masters worthy of all honor.
Right, so you're supposed to count them as masters as your teachers, your head teachers. All right, so you're supposed to count them with all honor. You just gotta look at that word honor.
And that's why we get what? Double honors to the apostles, those great most of
Right. Yeah.
It says a good name or public esteem, reputation of showing of usually merit of respect.
Merited respect. All right, but they deserve that honor and that respect. All right, they deserve that respect. The Lord brought them in, brought them up on the level, made them teachers, made them elders. All right, apostles. They deserve that honor. They deserve that reverence and that respect. They've labored in the scriptures. Man. All right, so it's young.
1 Timothy 5 and 17. Let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honor.
Right, and
especially they who labor in the word and doctrine.
that's right, bro. So the elders and the apostles are worthy of double honors. All right, because they labored in the doctrine, they've labored in the word. All right, and it's trickled down to us younger brothers. All right, so they deserve that honor. They deserve it. All right.
1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 1, the second part of it says, that the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and his doctrine be not blasphemed.
Right. So we're supposed to keep the doctrine that we learned, like scripture that you learned from the beginning. All right, you're supposed to hold on to that, not changing it, not switching it up, not making it pleasant for your lifestyle. All right, because the scripture's not gonna line up with everybody's lifestyle. All right, and the scripture's not gonna excuse your bullshit. All right, you're gonna have to change for the Lord, man. So don't come in here and think you're gonna add to the word, take from the word, because it's not the status quo of what you believe and what you want to do. It's not about you, it's about Yahweh Shalom Shai, man. That's right. All right, go ahead.
And they that have believing masters, let them not despise them.
Right, don't despise them, don't hate them. All right, they're the masters. So the apostle says, I want you to do this. You're not supposed to despise them. You're not supposed to be angry with them. You're not supposed to hate them. All right, you're supposed to humble yourself down and do what's required of you. Go ahead.
Because they are brethren.
They are brethren, right?
But rather do them service, because they are faithful and beloved.
Right, and our apostles and elders are faithful. Do that service for them, man. How faithful are they? Apostles to heart, those are videos. Me personally, I'm more than any brother out there. All right, we're not counting videos, that the apostles throw up, but our apostles and elders are throwing up videos back to back to back. Yeah, I say that example for us, man. On a daily, weekly basis.
And in what? 30 plus years.
Right. Still running full force right now. You know?
Partakers of the benefit, these things teach and exalt.
Right, these things teach and exalt.
Yeah, I got two. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 40. It says, "Let all things be done decently and in order."
Right, and the Lord is. We talked before. Sit down, man. The Lord is requiring order in Israel right now. All right, He's requiring it of us. So everything we're supposed to be doing is decently in order, brothers. If events doing with the camp started at a certain time, be on time, man. Don't be the brother that's always late. You know, don't be the brother that's always got to go off or say stuff or be all out of order, man. Be decently in order at all times, man. All right. Don't be a nuisance in the camp, man. That's the better word for it. Don't be a nuisance.
This is Proverbs chapter 10, verse 17. He is in the way of life that keepeth instruction, but he that refuseth reproof erreth.
Those that refuse the reproof, you're going to err, you're going to go on. All right? You don't want to refuse instruction. That instruction is, like I said, if you're a brother in his truth, you know he right. If you know he right, he give you instruction. Some brothers, hey, you might be like, take it anyway. Hey, you got to take some things on the chin. All right? If you're lining with the scriptures, you got to take it on the chin. Regardless of what you think of that brother, how you feel about that brother, you got to take that on the chin because it's not him saying it. This is how about Shema Shah saying it.
That's right.
So you're supposed to take that instruction and build off of it. Not build a spirit of what if or what should I. If it line up with the scriptures, it should line up in your mind, man. Get it right.
Appreciate it.
That's it, man.
Proverbs 15 and 10. Correction is grievous unto him that forsaketh the way.
Right, so you that forsaken the way, you that's not trying to live right, that correction is grievous unto you. It's a problem. You ain't supposed to eat no pork. What? You can't eat no pork? You can't have no pork sandwich. Oh no, my granddaddy ate pork. He was 90 years old. What? I can't sleep with her? Oh man, I've been getting all the women all my life. I've been a pimp the whole time. You know, it's grievous to him. He can't take it. He can't understand it. It's a problem. All right, go ahead.
And he that hateth reproof shall die.
Right, but you that don't want to take that correction. See, a lot of people don't even understand the concept of that. All right, that correction is going out throughout the four corners of the earth, man. Through videos, through camps. People walk past it and despise it and don't want to hear it. Hey, you might as well just get your Walkman back onto death. All right, because that correction is coming down. So how much further for our brothers that are in the camp? All right. And brothers that are in this truth that don't want to listen, man. And the judgment going to begin with us, as the scriptures say, man. You know what I'm saying? So with the judgment begin with us, we got to have it together. We got to try to do it right to the best of our ability, man. We are the example. All right? If you're going to be a hard-headed nigga like everybody else on the street, what example are you setting for the world? Go ahead.
Example of death.
All right. You go ahead. But for real, because you know what? Like especially if you're actually being circumspect, look at all the judgment that's going on all over the world, man.
That's right.
So what type of spirit are you supposed to be in right now, man? Getting things together, being orderly, because you see judgment coming down, man, from all sides, man.
Like I say, there's a way that seemeth right into a man.
That's right.
That's what
But the end thereof are the ways of death.
That's right. That's right. See? And that's what goes into what? What, being wise in your own eyes, man. That's why the Lord put the instruction on you, Isaiah the 5th chapter. All right. So if you're not coming out, I got a quick one, real quick, to back out real quick. Sorry. Proverbs 4:1. It says, "Hear ye children, the instruction of a father, and attend to no understanding." Right? Because what? Yahweh Shemashah, he gave us that good doctrine, which is coming in verse 2. "For I give you good doctrine, forsake you not my law." All right. So hey, if you live your life according to these scriptures, man, according to sound spiritual advice from your elders and apostles, all right, and your heads and your camps and stuff, man, you're gonna be just fine. All right.
That's right.
And it comes back to what? being obedient.
That's
All
right.
right. So when you follow what you're supposed to do, hey, you be all right. That's it. Because you have two choices: life or death. There ain't no in between the hokey pokey, none of that. All right. Choose this day who you gonna serve.
Okay, all right.
This is Proverbs 12:1. Whoso loveth instruction, loveth knowledge.
Right. So either love that instruction, you love that knowledge, man, because that instruction is correction. All right, and that's the knowledge of Yahweh Shema Shah, man. All right. Like I said, sometimes brothers don't know. They don't even be seeing it, man. When a brother bring it out on the scripture, you be like, it's a lock, you know. Ate the water, bro. I was going off. You know, sometimes brothers don't even know certain scriptures or certain laws. You know, it might have slipped past them. But that correction is that wisdom of Yahweh Shema Shah, man. Being able to take it is the most beautiful part, man.
All right. But he that hateth reproof is brutish, and that brutish goes into stupidity. So if you hate reproof, it's basically saying you stupid. Yeah.
You as a brute beast.
You're a brute beast.
It's a wild animal
Yeah.
out here, not doing anything he's supposed to. You know? When you're not under the, yeah, that's what you are. You're just a bunch of brute beasts if you're not under the law, statute, commandments, Yahweh Shema Shah, you know, being in an order, man. All right, you just caught out here, man. You just as the heathen around, man. That's it.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 1. He that being often reproved hardeneth his neck.
All right, so you just been often reproved, all right? You harden your neck. Now you don't want to listen. All right? You've been often. Get it together, brother. You shouldn't have to be often reproved all the time. Get it together. Don't go to the other side to keep saying stuff, man. You know, but
Shall suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy.
right, now, brother, study telling you, hey, bro, don't do that. All right, hey, shalom. You know, brothers giving that lip service to other brothers. Lock it up. It won't happen no more. You know, not what, boy? At the end of what happened again?
It says, shall suddenly be destroyed,
Now
and that without remedy.
Now you're gonna be destroyed because you couldn't listen. All right. So a lot of brothers are strong in a lot of aspects, but being hard-headed and listening, it's just not their strong suit. They need to be praying for that, man. Pray the Lord give you the spirit to be able to listen and yield to instruction of your elders and those that have rule over you, man. That's right. Because it's an important part of this walk to be able to listen, man. All right. That's right.
The word remedy is goes into health, healing, cure. All right, so
You're not gonna be saved. You're not gonna be. It's not gonna be good for you. All right, because you didn't want to listen. Now the Lord, like, all right, why should I heal you? You can't even listen.
That's right.
You know. Now I'm not giving you that remedy. Now you're not getting none of that Father's John.
Right. Because what? Hey, what did it say? In Samuel, 1 Samuel 15 chapter. What? Rebellion is a sin of witchcraft, man. So once you just keep rebelling, you know, first is mercy, but then judgment has to come down.
Yep.
All right, so that's the difference.
That's
All right, brothers are super merciful, man, but eventually judgment's gonna get you.
All right.
Just real quick, like you say, without a remedy, because why? Nothing helped.
That's right.
Nothing worked. Correction, no reproof, nothing helped. So you're gonna be destroyed. But there's no remedy for it.
That's right.
So you gotta go. You're gonna be rebellious and don't want to listen. Well, like the brother said, you get two rewards. It's either life or death.
That's right.
So like I said, you know, brothers kept warning you, like I said, warning, and you ain't want to take heed, you ain't want to listen. But damn, we cannot do that. It's out of my hands now.
It's what the same way as you do with these other you know, the 2/3 jakes and all that. What eventually you gotta kick the dust off your feet, man. All right, leave that brother alone.
And you don't want the leaders to be in the spirit of that, man. It's like I done told this brother and told this brother, you know, I'm done talking. You don't want a brother to be in the spirit of, all right, I'm gonna put it in the Lord's hands. You know what I'm saying? You don't want a brother to get into that spirit with you. All right, Lord, I done did everything I could, Lord. I need you to take care of it now. All right? Because the judgment of the Lord, ain't nothing gonna draw the Lord back once he's going forward on you, man.
Hey, he'll be delivered out of his hand.
That's right.
Hey, just close your car, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, it's a fearful thing.
That's right.
Yeah, I got something. I got something. You ready?
Yeah, bro.
Okay. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 20, beginning in verse 1, and it reads, "There is a reproof that is not comely. Again, some man holdeth his tongue, and he is wise."
Right. So sometimes when you hold your tongue, make you wise. So I said sometimes brothers just need to shut up. All right. Don't have that especially if you know you're wrong, man. All right, a brother told you something and then line up with the scriptures. What are you arguing for? What are you going back and forth for? That's like going back and forth with the Lord.
That's right.
All right? Because this brother coming out of the scriptures. Hold your mouth and shut. Hold your peace,
That's right.
Going back and forth with a brother to Shabbat. Going back and forth with a brother, man.
Yeah, all you have to expound that comely means it's not beautiful.
Yep.
So it says there's a reproof that is not beautiful. So when you reprove, it's not going to always be pretty. It's going to be ugly sometimes. All right?
Sometimes you got to come down because sometimes you got to come. Every brother's spirit not the same. All right. Now I might be able to talk softly with this brother, because he might not be able to take rough speech. You know what I'm saying? But other brothers, you might have to dig into you might have to get in on them, man. Be rough with them.
All right. Verse 2. It is much better to reprove than to be angry secretly.
Right. It's much better to get that correction than be angry secretly. You see the brother going on, you just mad with him.
All right.
I ain't gonna say nothing to Jake, man. Just keep letting the brother air. No. Don't be mad with no brother in secret. Go over there and talk to that brother. Tell that brother, hey, bro, that's off. Be a man. Be a man.
And he that confesseth his fault shall be preserved from hurt.
Right, confess your faults, man, so you be preserved from hurt, man. All right, confess it, man. Ask brothers for prayer. I'm going to you got to disclose every detail. I'm going through this, bro. Ask brothers for prayer, man. Confess that thing.
That's the last piece. Verse 3, and it reads, "How good is it when thou art reproved to show repentance?"
All right, so when the brother how good is it? It's very good for you. All right, when you reprove, when the brother give you that correction, man, you went off to show that repentance, man. All right, it's very good for you because now you can see your error, and now you asking the Lord to forgive you for the error that you actually did, man. All right, and we should be in that spirit when a brother correct us, man. All right, and hey, we should be in that spirit of Yahweh shall forgive me for that. Lord, please send me in different ways that I don't go back down that path. That's be asking the Lord for that forgiveness, man. And that's the part of reverencing Yahweh shall also, man. That's right. And His word.
Also, you got to be thankful for it. Be thankful that the Lord is allowing a brother to actually come to you and correct you. The Lord can just say, over and over again, just go your own way. So you got to be thankful that the Lord is allowing a brother to correct you, to build you up, and move you forward in His truth. You got to be thankful for that as well.
Let me say this: the things that we saying right now, also, man, it's the reason why a lot of people fall out because they can't take the correction, man. They don't want to humble themselves, man. They don't want to yield up to their rulers over there, man. So people fall out, and they come up with their own thing, man. Now they delusional, Now they believe in all type of devil heresies, bring all type of crazy stuff into the truth, add into the spirit. Now everybody around this dude bugged out. Because you couldn't be a man and take instruction and take correction. All right? And so Lord willing that was edified unto the body. What's that saying? So Lord willing that was edified unto the body. With that, we want to give all praise, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
We want to give double honors to our elders and apostles of great millstone for teaching we well. All right, double honors. And we want to say peace, blessing, and safety to the hopeful elect, pushing the truth we can recount sincerity, charity, and love around the four corners of the earth. With that, we want to say Shalom,
Shalom,
Abba Abba,
Abba Abba,
Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.
We also want to say Shalom to you brothers and you sisters on the comment boards, man. And listen. All right?
Shalom.
Shalom.